Thank you. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. We are, like you said, with Carolina Traditions. We're down Reedville Road, just past Mary Black Outpatient Center. And our booth is, can y'all hear me now? All right. We are down Reedville Road, just past Mary Black Outpatient Center. And our booth is over here on the left side. So if y'all have any questions or need anything afterwards, please feel free to come by and I can take care of you at that point. So I hope everyone's having a great day so far. Like he said, we're going to talk about silhouettes and the best dress for your body type. Now, if you are, let's go with dress styles first. A-line styles are probably the best fit all around. This dress on the right over here, the first one is an A-line style. That's great if you are petite, tall, pear-shaped, any kind of shape. That dress style is perfect for you. A mermaid style, which is very popular right now, those are actually good if you are tall or petite as well. They are great to show your curves off. If you have a great figure that you'd like to show off, and even if you are pear-shaped and would like to show your figure off, it is definitely a great style. This style right here with the feathers on it is a mermaid. And as well as in the back, that one's a mermaid lace dress as well. If y'all like to come and take a look at them at the end of the show, they are up here for y'all to view. Let's see, if you are petite, this style right here at the natural waistline, that is a great silhouette for you. It shows your littlest part off, and the sheath silhouette in the front is definitely a great style. And with the ruching is great if you are pear-shaped. It definitely hides things, and we all have this section right here that we like to have hidden, and anything that is ruched. This dress right here on the right, if y'all can tell, that is what I'm talking about, ruching. Comes right across here. It is great for hiding anything. I love that style. You can always put some Spanx on underneath it too if you'd like to. Let's see, what other styles are we thinking? Yeah, I'd like to have her come up here and join me. It always helps when someone asks questions like this. So.
Well, we talked about that, and I know one of the things, I'm petite myself, but one of the things too I've heard often is, and I don't know how to define the body type, but larger on top and smaller on bottom, so kind of feels in proportion. Mm-hmm. How do you best dress a larger bust?
If you are larger busted, it's nice to have the A-line style. That style is great because it kind of cuts off right here where your body kind of starts going down, and then it comes out. So it hides and makes you look fuller down at the bottom, so it is very proportional. It balances everything out. Another thing, if you are larger chested, the tops on the dresses. I know the sweetheart style is very popular right now, which is great if you are smaller chested. And if you are larger chested and would like to do the sweetheart, they have kind of like a scoop style where it kind of slightly dips in the front. That's actually great because you can still get, it gives the definition to the top of the dress, because I know a lot of times some of us have broad shoulders that we want to kind of, the definition of the sweetheart is great. And so the slight scoop, if you are a little bit larger chested, is great to work with. Also the one shoulder styles right now, which are very popular, those are great if you are larger chested. Those help because they come straight across and up and over. They give some definition to your body shape. There's not one up here for me to show you, but I do have one in my booth, and if y'all like to come by, I can show you that style as well.
Does anybody have a specific question regards to your hunt and your search for a dress? Questions that have come up and you just can't quite define where to go from there. Has anybody had the searching begin? Hold on. Let's see what we have here.
It's not actually for me, but she's too shy. Anything that can make you look taller, like that will.
So she's petite. Anything to make her look taller.
Okay. A long waistline is actually great, and I know you got to find one that hits at the right spot, but it does make you look taller. And so by a long waistline, I mean like this dress over here on the right, the one that I talked about that has ruching, that one's great because that kind of comes down, and a lot of times they tell you petite ladies not to do something like that, but it actually looks really good. You just have to try something on that is a longer waistline. The longer waistline does make you look taller. And also the mermaid style dresses make you look taller as well, because those kind of show your body shape off, and it just elongates everything. If the dress cuts you off up tall, it kind of shortens your body. That's why I always like the longer waistline to kind of help elongate.
One thing I thought of that, again, was the concept of detail. You talked about the detail of the ruching and so on, but in terms of accentuating with extra beading, or I was noting the waistline here and things like that, is there a particular area that you should draw attention to away from your trouble spots?
I always like to have a lot of beading towards the top of the dress, because that's where everyone's eyes go to. So it's like everything's upward. I don't know if some of y'all, a lot of times for like pageant girls too, they always say to have all the detail up here, which is great for bridal too, because that way it brings everyone's attention up, not down. Like this one right here, where the beading is on the waistline, that's great to accentuate your natural waistline. That's really good for tall, slim, like if you have a straight body type, this is great because it accentuates an actual part on you to kind of give you some curves and a figure.
I've seen too where a lot of brides get hung up on, they see something in a magazine and they think, oh, that's perfect, but it may not necessarily suit their figure. And of course, you know, I mean, none of us are going to know that until we actually try them on and work with them. But I know when I'm a new bride myself, I'm a newlywed, and when I was trying on dresses, I thought I had in mind something, and then I realized it just didn't work with my shape. And I think too, when we see something on a mannequin, it may not strike us, but it can be something that is really flattering. Do you encourage them to kind of step outside the box of what they had in mind to really go after something different?
Definitely, because I mean, and like she said, you do have something in mind. You see it on someone, and every dress looks different on every body type. So it's always nice to have an open mind, keep an open mind while y'all are looking, and try on different things. I always like it when someone comes in and says, you know, what do you think would look good on me? Which would be a great question if you were just starting to look, so that way the consultant can pull something that she thinks might suit your figure.
And I think that's very important because, let's face it, I mean, I had the rare opportunity of having 2 wonderful marriages, but let's face it, sometimes this is just the very first thing you'll ever experience and the one time to get it right. So trust the professionals, as in everything you're working with, your wedding process and planning. Trust the professional's eye. Now, I mean, they may steer you to a dress that you think, oh, I just don't like that. Try it. Just give it a shot. It may be something that would work for that. I want to talk about accessories because that always just tickles me.
Accessories.
I love accessories. We want to think about hair accessories and jewelry and things like that. When you plan to purchase, do you want to have that kind of in your mind beforehand, or do you build all that as once you get the dress?
The dress is definitely the first piece that you want to get, and then the accessories kind of come with that. I always like playing around, like once you find your dress and then putting jewelry with it. And we actually have an in-house jewelry designer at our store, so I mean, she can custom design anything. So if you do happen to have a style that is in mind that you just want to have done, it's nice to have someone create that for you, and we can do that as well.
I've noticed too that a lot of the fashion magazines are showing color in accessories added to the dresses. Is that something that you're seeing brides do more and more often, either with a hairpiece or an added color of sash or shoes? What are you seeing out there right now?
The shoes are fun, and I actually dye shoes. The blue shoes are great. I know for your something blue, a lot of times the girls are doing blue shoes. Another thing that I've seen is to match your bridesmaid color. That's always nice too, to have a shoe dyed the color of your bridesmaid dresses. And you can also do that with your jewelry if you'd like to accent with a color here and there. I know David Tatira right now, he's putting sashes on everything. And so, I mean, you can always add a sash if you'd like a color on your dress. We can always put a sash on that. Even a flower is a big accessory right now as well, and you can always do a colored flower on there. Or in your hair. I love flowers in your hair. It's a great accessory.
And she wears it well, doesn't she? One thing I want to mention too that we're seeing so often is being mindful of your bridesmaids and their body types. Let's face it, not every part of your wedding party is going to reflect another body type. It's all different. I did a wedding just recently where the bridesmaid was 6 foot tall and 5 foot tall, and everything in between. And you've got to think about suiting their body types too. What are the options out there, and how can you navigate that road to make everybody comfortable? You don't necessarily want to make everybody, you know, perfectly happy. You can't please everyone, but you want them to be comfortable on their wedding day.
It's always nice to have you can either do a few different styles. Like, I know a lot of times if you pick a color, a fabric, and like a designer that you would prefer, and then just have them choose the style that best suits them. A lot of brides are doing that right now. Or also, if you want them all in the same dress, bring your 2 hardest to fit bridesmaids with you while you're shopping and see which dresses look great on them, because if they look good on them, they'll look good on the other girls as well. And I know that we're running out of time, so if anyone has any questions, please feel free to come see me at my booth over here, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you so much.